Hey everyone, it is Bizarre Individual here, and today I'm going to be doing my wrap-up for June, everything that I read in the month of June. It's either kind of now or never with this video, because I'm literally about to pack up this table, so this is the last time you will see this setting before I move. I don't think I'm going to have this table up in my new place, because I don't really have a place for it, but I'm going to keep it because I actually made it with a really good friend of mine, so it's kind of sentimental to me. I know that sounds silly, but anyways, yeah, so this is everything I'm actually supposed to be packing right now. So I kind of need to move this table, so I thought for sentimental reasons I was going to film one last time at this table and then pack up these books and then get out of here. But anyways, I hope you all enjoy. I read 31 volumes of manga in the month of June in one book, and I participated, or I hosted actually, in a Manga Pride Readathon with Dynamic Dylan. It's Rachel, well, she changed her name, Rachel Catherine, and I will link them down below. But that's why I read so many LGBTQ plus titles. We had a bingo board, and it was just, I had a lot of fun. But anyways, I am just going to get into this, go over everything, and tell you my thoughts on it. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, I'm going to be going from least favorite to favorite, and this is all Nipton Airline. And I just realized when I was looking at the cover that it says Paradise at 30,000 feet. So I thought that that was kind of funny. And it just kind of describes the whole entire atmosphere of how this manga is. It is... let me just start with saying the negative and then I'll say the positive to get the negative out of the way. This was ridiculous. This was complete trash. Will never read it. Do not recommend it. There was just so many issues that I had with it. But for something that I'll never read again, I laughed so hard during this. So it was quite entertaining in the most stupid sense ever. There was, all the way through this, there was like a, they showed like different fetishes that they met the passengers. So pretty much this is a all-male airline like service, like independent service, and they pretty much have really high class like clients that come on, whether they're men or women, and they like please them by their charm and sex. And it's just pretty much about this small airline trying to get more powerful, so they use sex to become more powerful, and it is a trip, literally trip. And there's one of the fetishes that I thought was quite funny was a bald fetish, because one, I never heard of that, but two, the creator can't really speak for them, but I feel like they definitely had a bald fetish because it got brought up a lot. But I was laughing all the way through this. It was hilarious. There was one time when sorry, Odin's making noise. There's one time where the plane got hijacked, and the hijacker was like, you know, holding the captain at gunpoint, and he's like, if you weren't hijacking us right now, you would be my type and I would be hitting on you. And I'm just like, wait, what? It was a really good time. But yeah. Okay, I should have probably put this one first, because as I was talking about all Nipton Airline, I realized that I liked it a little bit more than this one. But anyways, yeah, I can't pronounce this title, but I was just randomly in Barnes & Noble, and I was like, ooh, I can read this for the Yuri bingo prompt. Knew nothing about it. Picking it up just looked quite interesting. I wanted something kind of psychological, and yeah, I couldn't make it through the first part of this, which I DNF'd it after like the volume 1, so I could still count it for my challenge. I definitely want to go back and finish it just because I bought it and I want to finish it, but yeah, I can't even really explain to you what this is about. It's about bullying and hidden friendships that they can't, or hidden relationships that they can't discuss, and I don't know if I just wasn't clicking. I looked up and I noticed that a lot of people either really loved it or they really hated it. So this could be for you. I just didn't get it. Just a little funny fact that at least I think is funny is I was going to read After Hours, which is another Yuri for the prompt, and just randomly in the store I picked this one up to replace that one, and turns out that this is by the same mangaka, so thought that was kind of funny. But anyways, I gave this like 2 stars. I just didn't like it. I do kind of want to revisit it. I say that, but I have so much to read, so I probably will never revisit it. But yeah, there it is in my collection. Another Yuri, and I kind of want to build up my Yuri collection. So I don't know. There's nothing much I can say about this. The art is nice. I do like the art. Okay, next up is I'm Looking for Serious Love. This is a newer Tokyo Pop title, and I really had high hopes for this one, as when I first started reading it, it is about neighbors kind of falling in love, and I really liked that aspect, and I also liked that the main character was bisexual. But as I kept reading, this one was just so disappointing to me because I really wanted to like it, but it was just had so many issues. As this guy right here, the main character, kind of gets seduced and kind of gets put into awkward situations and is always being forced into things that he feels uncomfortable. And then, of course, this guy right here is the knight in shining armor that comes in and saves him, but then does the exact same thing and is really inappropriate to the guy. So I don't know. It was just that issue that is kind of like, as long as I'm saving you. And what I don't get is, spoiler alert, but his childhood friend came and then tried to seduce him and try to get with him and all this stuff, and then he made it seem like he was like saving him, but I mean, in all reality, the friend came first. So like, the mangaka, I felt, kind of made it seem like, you know, he was the most important, yet they just met, and it just kind of, even though that they were both doing awful things to this guy, I just felt like why is he the savior? And I don't know. I just did not like this title at all. Yeah, not at all. Okay, so let's see. I guess I'm gonna talk about this for a little bit. Lengths. This one I didn't count as reading because I only read the first 2 chapters, and then I DNF'd it. So, but I did still kind of want to talk about it. It was confusing to me. I definitely do want to go back into it, and I want to give it another chance. But I just kind of, I was getting all the characters confused. I was getting the story confused. A buddy read this, which I'll talk about everyone that a buddy read with at the end of the video, but a buddy read this, and she said that there was a character thing in the back, and she wishes that she knew that because she had the same problems that I had with it, but she did finish it. But she found the characters in the character guide in the back, and she was like, oh, well, this might help you. So next time I read it, I definitely want to look at the back of the character guides, and I'm excited for Given. I need to read Given, and yeah. Okay, moving out of the territory of 3 or less. These are 3 to 3.5 stars. So I thought I would just kind of do them together. They're both Tokyo Pop titles. And let's talk about Yagi the Bookshop Goat first. I enjoyed both of these titles. Like I said, I gave them 3 to 3.5 stars. Yagi, the bookshop goat, was so cute through most of it, so charming through most of it, but at the end there was a issue that I had with it. Pretty much this manga is about a goat that cannot walk in anywhere close to books because he eats them, because he's a goat, so no one will hire him, but his dream is to become a bookseller. So it has a really, really cute premise. It was really cute, don't get me wrong, but he gets this job and then he gets sick from eating a porn book, which was funny, but kind of confusing because he didn't pick up those traits from eating anything like else. So, but anyways, he gets sick, so his boss comes over to take care of him and then ends up getting him off, which they hook up later, but the later scene was more consensual. In that, it kind of felt really out of place, and I'm just like, you're supposed to be taking care of him. I know that's a form of taking care of someone, but like, you're his boss right now, and they didn't establish boundaries, and I just felt very uncomfortable in that scene. Was not expecting it. I thought it was going to be like a cute, sweet, like take care of you moment, and then their feelings were going to escalate. I don't know. But other than that, this was really, really cute, and I mean, I do recommend it. I mean, it was really cute and funny. Like, I was laughing throughout. Pretty much the bookshop owner orders extra books because he knows that the goat, his employee, is going to eat them. So, I don't know, it was funny. It was a good time. This one over here, The Cat Proposed, I don't know, it was, I was kind of bummed because I heard really good things about it. It's a supernatural about this guy that, goes to, like, walks by a show, and then he sees, this guy turn into a cat. I read this the very first the very first read of the readathon, and it kind of like, I don't know, it was just okay. I would probably never read it again, unlike this one I might pick up again because it was just cute and funny, but I don't know. A lot of people like it, so definitely read the premise and see if it's your jam. Okay, next up is Three Wolves Mountain. This guy named Kay right here owns a coffee slash small diner in this really small town, and it is right next to a graveyard that he watches over from thieves, and then these two wolf brothers come and end up living with him, and he doesn't trust them at first. This was such a cute story. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 4 stars. All of this section is 4 stars reads. I highly recommend it. It was supernatural. I was about to say it was super awesome. Anyways, it was supernatural. It was funny. It had really dark moments of their past. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it, and I really recommend it. Next up, this was a reread for me, and it was disappointing in the fact that I bumped it down a star. I did really enjoy it. I had a lot of fun with it. BL fans love my brother. It just didn't click with me as well as it did the first time. But yeah, overall I really loved it. It has a really cute brother-sister dynamic, and it's about this chick that absolutely is obsessed with meat and would do anything for meat. And she has a shut-in brother that all he does is draw, I forgot the name of it, but it's like yaoi. He draws his favorite yaoi and like makes up stories and sells them. And he kind of has a following for it. He's so good at it, and he's just really shy, and he's a shut-in. So he tricks his sister, or bribes his sister, into going to a convention and selling his stuff for him with the meat. And it's just a really good time. I really like it. It is cute. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm liking it a lot more. Maybe I was just rushing reading it because it was at the end of the readathon. I don't know. But regardless, I really recommend this story. I really like it. I thought it was great. Okay, next up is Serena Game, and then it leads into Change World Volumes 1 and 2. Recently, someone read Change World, and they said it was okay, but they couldn't really get into it. I was watching the vlog. I don't even know them at all, but I was watching their vlog, and they didn't really like it that much, and for all the reasons why I'm like, you have to read Serena Game first, because the reason why I loved Change World so much is because I learned their backstory and how they got together, and just knowing how they actually got together made me love Change World so much. There's another part coming called Love Nest, I believe, and don't quote me, November. But yeah, I just really enjoyed this. It's pretty much about that they were on the same team, and one boy in college, or was it high school or college? I forgot, but it might have been college. They were on the same team. I think it was, what was a sport? You could tell I don't like sports at all. I don't even care. Was it basketball? It was baseball. Baseball? Anyways, I don't know what sport it was, but let's just say baseball. I think it was baseball. So I read a couple baseball ones. But anyways, they were on the same sports team, and one guy had a crush on the other one, but just didn't on the older one, because he kind of like took him in and was like kind to him. The older one, and they both graduate, and then the older one is a businessman, and he actually has a crush on one of his coworker chicks, and I really liked the bi aspect in that. It was really, I don't know, it was really well portrayed, I thought, because it wasn't like anything like he's still bisexual, so it wasn't like, oh, he fell in love with a dude, so then now he's not straight anymore. It was just, he's just bisexual. So anyway, so he kind of is in competition with the boss, and the boss likes the same chick as him in his company, and he's just such a nice guy that he's like, hey, you should go out with the boss, because he's just kind of confused, and I don't know, he's just such a good guy that he kind of gave up on her because the boss liked her. And so then he's kind of feeling down about it because he really had feelings for this chick. And then so he asked out this guy because he knows that this guy has feelings for him, and he's like, why not just, try it, go on a date, see how it feels. And then they end up falling in love, and I don't know, it was such a good time. And I really literally just talked about this volume right here. The Change World, yes, I kind of get it. Like, it's good, but if you don't know how they got together, it's not as good, because the reason why I like their relationship so much is because I know how they got together, and I don't know. I mean, I definitely recommend it, but start with Serena Game, please, first, and then read Change World, and yeah. Denko Banko Sugar Days was such a cute title. I can't believe I haven't read the second part yet, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's the kind of the trope of childhood friends becoming lovers, and it's just really cute how they have to determine their feelings and how they express their feelings and how they form a relationship. So yeah, not much to say about this one, but I really thought it was cute and I really liked it. Servant and Lord. This one was quite interesting, as I see all the problems with this one and I see how generic this one is, but overall I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it's because the artwork is stunning, but yeah, it's pretty much about this, not even butler, he's kind of a butler. He was hired to teach music lessons to this kid, well, he was a kid, and then them kind of growing up together, and then him just working for the family. the other guy working for a family, and then them forming a relationship, because this guy's dad is just so toxic, and so he kind of clings on to him as like a fatherly figure, and which I know has so many issues and so problematic. And but I don't know, I just really enjoyed this one, so I gave it 4 stars, but it's trash, so be warned. Okay, let's see, so let's get these two out of the way. I think I finished with all my, let's talk about this one first. What did you eat yesterday? It's kind of hard to rate because I really want this to be my favorite series, as it started off so strong. I'm only going to say this in this wrap up, and then when I continue to read the series, I'm going to mostly just talk about what each volume is about besides cooking. But yeah, this has the problem of that there's too much cooking in it, in my personal opinion, which could be fun for some people, but I don't know, like, I want more of a story with these characters because I love them so much. I'm actually watching the drama right now. If you don't know what this is about, it's about these two couple in Japan that are pretty much married, but they cannot get married because it is illegal to get married. So one of them is more reserved and doesn't want anyone knowing that he's homosexual. The other guy is a hairdresser, so it's more acceptable in his profession. And yeah, it's just really cute. And then it pretty much goes into their friends' lives a little bit, and then it shows them interacting, and I don't know, I just really like it overall and really enjoy it. And the story in it is 5 stars, but there's literally, let's just count how many times they show cooking in this this volume, like that small. Okay. So it starts off with them cooking, which I don't think, do they show a recipe? Yeah, they have a recipe, first thing, which I guess it's a cooking manga. Then they're eating. Then someone's giving someone else food. Then he's at home cooking. So there's another recipe. Then it's the next chapter. So there's 2 recipes in that first chapter. Then it starts off with him cooking again. In the second chapter, so there's a recipe. Then there's, is that the same recipe? Maybe. So let's just say there's 1 recipe in the second chapter. Then he's at the grocery store, and then he's cooking in the third chapter, so there's another recipe. And he's back at the store, so there's another, I guess there's a recipe per chapter, kind of. That kind of makes sense. So I kind of get it though, now that I'm thinking about it. There's probably a recipe in each chapter, so it kind of seems like overkill if you're reading it back to back. But how this was probably published was published by chapter, so there has to be kind of like a recipe in each one. So if you read this like chapter, like when the chapters came out, then I could see that it wouldn't be overkill because this is a cooking manga. That makes sense. Okay, I'm giving this 5 stars. There we go, solved the problem that I had with it by talking to you guys. But yeah, anyways. Okay, the next 2 I gave 5 stars to. I absolutely love both of these titles. I actually love this one so much that I read it twice. So I really read 32 volumes, but I'm only going to count it as 31. But yeah, both of these were just so cute and sweet and charming, and they're both about high school and finding yourself, and both about shy boys finding love with the more popular boy. They both have very similar feels to them. Yeah. So I kind of described both of them to you, but going into this one, it's pretty much about this boy that is really shy, and his school changes classes every, I think it's 3 months, and he kind of likes to hide in the shadows, and he does what he needs to do to kind of like fit in, but like kind of stay away from everyone. so every single time that he changes classes, he has to get to know everyone again, and so he absolutely hates it. So the most popular guy in school has always kind of had a crush on him, but he never knew how to approach him. And then, so whenever he starts classes with him, feelings happen, and yeah, it's just a really good time. The next one is about this computer club where to have a club, they make a new rule that you had to have at least 4 members, and they only have 3. So this guy ends up joining because he has to join a club, and emotions and feelings occur, and it's just a really cute time. I really enjoy both of these so much, and I highly recommend them. They're just so good. They're just so good. All the Boys Aren't Blue and Until I Met My Husband are both memoirs, so I thought I would include them together. But these are both about coming out and finding yourself, and they both have to deal with race. And yeah, they definitely both tell 2 different stories. So don't think that I'm comparing the 2 at all, because they're entirely different. But I enjoyed both of them so much. I gave them both 5 stars, but it's kind of hard to rate someone telling about their life because it's their life and it's their experiences. I guess you could rate it as whether you're interested in it or not, but at the same time, like, even if someone writes about their true life experiences, that's what it's supposed to do. Whether you're interested or not, it's still doing what it's supposed to do. With that said, I enjoyed both of these greatly. They definitely impacted me, and they will definitely be going around my mind for quite some time, and I'm excited to reread both of them. I'm actually excited to get the novel of Until I Met Your Husband. That's the manga version. They also made a novel. So I'm not going to go too in-depth with these, as I have 3 more series to go through, and I'm already being summoned to go move, so I'm trying to sneak and do these without them knowing. But anyways, I will update the rest of this later. Okay, Love Me for Who I Am is about this non-binary individual, which means that they are neither male nor female. And I do feel awful kind of about this prompt. Well, I guess I don't feel awful about the prompt. I feel awful that there's not more representation of this bingo prompt in the readathon that we did. But this is the only one that I could find as of this month. I just picked up this one called X-Gendered, which it's also about being non-binary. So that was an interesting find. But this is such a amazing, touching, just I loved it so much. I cried. This was a reread. 1 through 3 I think was a reread, and then I read volumes 4 and 5, and I finished the series this month, but I'm not going to talk about my final thoughts of the series until my wrap up at the end of July. But I'm so glad that I reread it, because I understood so much more in this about each character and about each sexuality and about gender and about myself. Before, I was not understanding why they had a cafe where males dressed up as females, in the sense of not all of them identified as males, so why would they be okay with working at a place where they are identifying themselves as males when they are not? But I didn't even realize that it addressed that in there, and they actually changed the name of the place to Question, which I thought was fantastic. And they actually all agreed that they did not want to, even the ones that identified as males dressing as maids in this maid cafe. I forgot the term of it, but they all came to the conclusion that they didn't want that because it limited who they were, and they came to the conclusion that they wanted to be more open to gender. And then it talks a lot about sexuality. There's a chick that comes out as a lesbian, which was fantastic. There's a guy that likes to cross-dress. There's a gay couple, and then also the gay couple is not accepted in society, so one likes to dress up so that way they're more accepted. It covered so many different types of individuals, and I just thought it was fantastic. But yeah, I will talk about my final thoughts at the end of July. Okay, what can I say about Cherry Magic? 30 years of virginity can make you a wizard. That just kind of gives away all the premise, everything it's about. I just adore this series so freaking much. Can't hype it up enough. It's definitely going on my top 5 BLs, yaois of all time. I just didn't want to include it in that list when I made the list 2 years ago because I didn't finish the series yet, as I still haven't finished the series yet, but after 4 volumes, I have a feeling that it is definitely going to be going on that list. The 5th volume comes out in August, so I am so excited. I'm going to be getting it as soon as I can get my hands on it and reading it. But I think the first 2 were rereads, and then I wanted to wait and read volume 3 when I got volume 4, and volume 4 I just got. So I saved it for this readathon, but this is just so good. It is so freaking good. I can't even explain to you how good it is. As this series, there's like a supernatural little bit of, bizarreness where this guy can read minds, but they execute it in such a way where like it seems so normal, and that's not even, I guess that is the main focus, but these guys' relationships and him being able to read his mind actually helped them find out that he likes him, and him getting out of his comfort zone. And it's definitely an office workplace. I'm describing it awful, but it is just so cute. And then the side characters are so cute, and there's a little story of his best friend and how he is still a virgin at 30, so then he starts reading people's minds, and I don't know, it's so good. I absolutely love this and highly recommend it to any BL fan. Okay, and lastly, Boys Run the Riot. I am so glad that I finished this. Actually, no, this wasn't a reread. I'm so glad I actually read this. I started at the beginning of the month and finished it at the end, but wow, this, just because I didn't want to rush this at all. I wanted to enjoy my time with this. I wanted to take it all in. This one, a lot like Love Me For Who I Am, had the same kind of tone in the sense that they were both warp places. They were both about sexuality and gender and finding yourself and introducing different types of characters and different types of sexualities, and it was just so good. It's pretty much about this boy that doesn't fit in because no one accepts him as a boy, and I think, is he in middle school or high school? I don't know. But anyways, and of course society wants him to wear dresses and wants him to act like a girl, and then it's about how other guys view him, and then he feels like an outcast, and so he starts a clothing line with this bad boy that is also misunderstood, and here is also kind of an outcast, and they form kind of this family, which I absolutely love the whole entire making your own family dynamic. And yeah, I don't know, I just really recommend this so freaking much. I definitely talk about it more in depth in my vlogs over the readathon, so definitely go hear my thoughts of me talking about each character and stuff like that. But yeah, I gave this 5 stars. It will sit in my head rent-free forever, and I am excited to reread it when I get some more of my TBR down. But until then, it was very impactful. I was really worried about this series because it was just so hyped. So I was very scared and hesitant to read it because I didn't want to be disappointed, and it blew me out of the water. It was above expectations, but yeah, so definitely give this a try. But yeah, with that said, oh yeah, forgot about my digital titles. I read volumes 1 through 4 of BJ Alex, gave it 5 stars. Nothing groundbreaking. It was just fantastic in the sense that it was so entertaining, and I absolutely loved it. It's pretty much about this guy that is obsessed with this porn star and like watches him every single night that he performs, and gives him a lot of money because he wants to, you know, become like high up on his favorites. And then he actually ends up running into him in real life by accident, and yeah. So with that said, if that sounds like something you're into, definitely highly recommend it. I think they just translated volumes 5 and 6 into English, so I need to pick up those. But I have 1 through 4 coming to me, so that's how much I enjoyed it. I've loved it. But anyways, yeah, with that said, I had such a good reading month. I had so much fun buddy reading with Shay Geeks Out 365, 801, Kayataku. Who else did I buddy read with? Am I missing anyone? No, just think those 4. But buddy reading with them was so awesome because it encouraged me to read more, because I'm like, oh crap, I said that I was going to read this today and I'm already a volume behind. So I had to read that buddy read, and then I also had to read another buddy read. So I was kind of like always like 1 day behind, but it kind of forced myself to be like, okay, I have to read this before work. So that was fantastic. So thank you so much everyone for reading with me. That was so much fun. I really would love to buddy read with all of you again in the future. But yeah, so thank you for making me read. But with that said, I had so much fun overall, and I will update all the bingo board eventually. After I move, I'll probably put all these in a separate box and kind of go through the bingo board after I set up my shelves and stuff, just for fun. And who knows, I might be too stressed for moving, but this is the last time that I will be filming in this house. So that's kind of, I've been here for 3 years now, so yeah, so hopefully in the new house I can film better. I'm gonna have a setup in my new house, so hopefully that works out. I want to get lights. Yeah, just a quick little update on this very long video when I should be packing. But anyways, I want to get lights for my new place because I have a whole manga room. I can let the dogs outside, so hopefully they won't be too distracting out there, so I can actually film better. Hopefully I can improve. That's kind of my goal. Just kind of fun, just kind of a little fun thing for me. I want to improve my videos. I hope you guys like the setup of this, kind of down on the table. I just figured out how to do that. It's not perfect, but I am in a hurry, so I do apologize. But and I really do want to talk about more of these in more depth. That's why I put off this video for so long, was because I wanted to write out a script of each one. I wanted to talk about each character. I wanted to go in depth, but I just don't have time. So I might talk about each of these on Instagram or Twitter, maybe, I don't know, like each, separate, but throughout the rest of the year, but who knows. But I really hope you did enjoy. Let me know what you guys read for the month of June. If you have any BL recommendations, or Yuri recommendations, or LGBTQ recommendations, not just BL, please let me know down in the comments and let me know what you thought about everything I read. Anyways, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, as like I said, I'm trying to improve and I'm trying to grow. And yeah, I will see you in next video, next house. Bye.